All right, I'm gonna have some pretty dodgy sound temporarily while I my audio. I'm using the camera audio, and that's going to be bad, okay? So let me know if you can at least hear the dodgy camera audio while I try to sort out the other stuff. Because it was working when I was testing. It was the only thing that was working. Maybe it was just tricking me. All right, hang on a second. It's going to boot up, and I don't know if the audio is going to be taken or what. So I'm going to drink some coffee in the meantime. Merry Christmas! Alrighty. No. So it booted me out, and then it's let me back in, and it looks like the audio is working. So please tell me that you can see, you can hear all those good things. All right, we can see me and you can hear me. Awesome. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you for persevering with that. All the tests this morning, the audio worked, and I don't know what I did. I probably did something. I don't know. I probably did something. I've just realised I haven't turned any of my Christmas lights on. So bear with. Christmas lights are coming. There we go. All this effort to hang them. I've got to turn them on, right? There we go. Oh, one more. One more. There we go. Whoops, and then I banged the table. Merry Christmas, everybody. We've got some Christmassy stuff going on here. All right. Okay, so we can hear me. I don't know what happened. Who knows? It's live streaming. Live streaming happens, and one of the reasons why Ecamm is fantastic, it booted me out, and then it let me back in with a resume, and it brought me back into the same stream. So I am chuffed about that. So look at all the little Christmas trees. I love the little Christmas trees. That's so cool. Oh yeah, technology is wonderful. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. So you can all see, you can all hear. That is great. All right. Merry Christmas, Russell. Merry Christmas. I was jumping in and having a little look at that live that you were doing over on Facebook. I didn't comment, but I was watching in the replay. I've watched some replay. I'm going to go back and watch some more. I only caught the start. All right. So here in Australia, it would have been a week yesterday to Christmas, all right? Whereas I know for you in the US, it's a week today till Christmas, all right? Now, I know not everybody does Christmas. I get it. But I do Christmas hard, right? And this year has been really hard for me for Christmas because I haven't been doing all the stuff, excuse me, I normally do. Oh, bye, Louie. Um, and you know, all the things that I normally do in the lead up to Christmas, I haven't been doing any of them, and I felt really unchristmassy. And then yesterday, I basically had a big old tantrum, like an internal tantrum. No one saw it. But I was just like, you know what? I'm still going to do the stuff I want to do for Christmas. And I went, oh, well, I was out shopping and I bought some of the extra special things that I make for Christmas that I wasn't going to be making this year because I usually only make them when I have an army to feed. And I was just like, you know, I'm just going to make some of this stuff. I'm just going to make it because that's what makes Christmas for me. So, and then when I got home, I think Abby had also had a little Christmas buzz because she had strung up all the Christmas lights and the Christmas tree was decorated and like so it actually felt like Christmas in the house as well. So it's really just a lot of like feelings because Christmas does that to a lot of people, doesn't it? It just brings out a lot of feelings. And now we actually are all starting to feel like Christmas is coming, and it's we've had our lights out for the street to see for weeks or a week complete. Abby keeps adding to it. Is it ever finished? No. Um, and so having all of this sort of extra Christmassy stuff inside, I think, has made a huge difference. Okay. Um, Russell says I can't figure out how to edit out the very first part of that live because it's on my personal Facebook page. Russell, I don't know much about Facebook. I really don't. can you, like it was a Zoom, do you have it recorded on Zoom? Could you edit it and just upload it as a standalone video? I don't know. I don't know. Or put in the comments, skip to this point and try to get everyone to skip over whatever it is you don't want them to see. I'm not good with Facebook. I'm really not. All right. So the Hobie story. Let's jump in with the Hobie story. A few weeks back, I jumped in on the Hobie sale, ordered myself some bargains, was very, very happy. Was very, very happy with my bargains. Only to realise that they shipped them in 3 individual packages. Now, I didn't order a lot, right? I ordered three 10 packs of stuff, right? And they're small. And so I was just like, why have they stuffed it in separate bags? I do not get it. And then I got one bag, and I got one bag here in Australia, and the other 2 were still in Denmark on the docks, and they all shipped on the same day. They all had, like, I got all the emails, everything all happened. Anyway, yesterday, color number 2 arrived. So I bought lots of the same yarn but a different color. So it's the Friends Cotton Silk, which I love very much because I actually already have some. I actually wanted to order more in the teal, but I couldn't get it because it was all sold out. So I know I love it. I know I love how it feels. So I wasn't afraid of that. I just wanted more colors. So I got the purple yesterday, and it's a little more muted than I was anticipating, but I still think I'll like it. Like, don't get me wrong. But then this morning, the last one just arrived. Now, the one advantage with them all arriving here, oh, wow, that is just as bright as I was anticipating. La, 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 la. It's a very bright pink. There's some good depths to it. Well, I was going to say that the advantage was I was getting extra lollies, but I got no lollies in this. That's all right. I got 3 in the purple bag and 2 in the grey bag. So, wow, something in that really is just affecting me. I'm going to boot that over there. So I've got this beautiful deep sort of, it's a gorgeous pink. And then I've got the beautiful purple. And then I also got a soft grey cloud, which I've already tucked away, so I can't pull it out. I'm just going to pop them over there. 10 packs should give me enough for what I want. Now, the other thing that I bought, the sales were too hard to I'll grab it out. Hang on. Now, I'm a sucker for chainette yarn, right? I'm an absolute sucker for chainette. Here in Queensland, it's too hot to have, it's just too hot to have any kind of heavy fabrics, even in winter. Our winters are not like some people's winters. We don't get snow. We don't get like cold winters really. Like, if it drops down to 15 degrees in the middle of the day, it's shocking. If it drops down to 2 overnight, that's about the worst, like Celsius. So we don't get freezing temperatures. And when it's quite cold, we're usually inside, right? Like, we're not having to get around out in it. So even in winter, we don't need big, thick, heavy coats and heavy tops. So, so I've got a thing for chainette yarns because you get the bulk while it's light. Bendigo Woolen Mills put out a special once only, no repeats kind of deal for a chainette cotton called Solstice. It's a pure 100% cotton. It's in 10 ply, but it's in a chainette. Now I'm just looking at my desk. I can go to the top down camera. Top down camera. There we go. All right, so this is the chainette. You can see in the construction here that it's not just a plied yarn. It's actually like a chained tube, right? And so it's really thinly spun cotton that's been worked into a chained tube. Sorry if that's not really clear. But that means we get the thickness, it's not the right word, but the thickness of the 10 ply while still being light and drapey. And I was just like early, but you know, I've bought all my yarn. I'm not buying any more yarn. That's ridiculous. I'm not buying any more yarn. And then it was just like, I'd just been having a whinge to a friend about how no one's websites make it so that you can actually search their site for the yarn construction. So over on Hobie, if you type chainette or something like that, the only thing that'll come up is if it's actually in the name of the yarn. So if it's in the description, it doesn't come up. And same as on Knitpic's website. So unless, you know, you're looking for a chainette construction like Lindy chain, so you type in Lindy chain, you can get that. But they have other chainettes, but you have to dig through every yarn to find them. So I may have bought a few packs in the Mandarin. I'm gonna go back to this one. So this is the Mandarin. A few packs in the Mandarin. It's slightly warmer than I anticipated it to be, but I'm not angry. A few packs of the pink, and then just to break it up, because they're both quite bright and they will work together, right? They will work together. I also grabbed some in, what color is this one? Porcelain, so it's like a beigey cream. I got a couple of packs in that. So each one of these packs is 200 grams, but it's 4 balls is 200 grams. So I got 2 packs of that and then 4 each of this. So there should be enough for a couple of garments, right? Should be enough for a couple of garments, because that's my goal for 2025, right? More garments. So in this, and because I knew that was my goal for 2025, over the sort of sales period, I made sure that when I ordered yarn, I could get garment quantities, and if I couldn't, I didn't buy it. So I'm really distracted by my little bubble here. I'm really distracted. There'll be no fighting over the purple because it's mine. Sorry, Knitspin girls. Sorry, Bianca. They're mine. They're mine. I did not get triple charge for postage. I actually got free postage because the 3 packs brought me up over their free postage limit. I have not packed any to bring tonight, but I can totally do that. Speaking of tonight, it is Caffeinated Crafters' last Thursday night meetup of the year. So if you want to join us, we're meeting up at IKEA at Logan, starting from around 6 p.m. We just sit around eating IKEA food, crafting, chatting, laughing, being, you know, just having a good time, They do look great together as well. I think all 3 of them work together, and I think it is because the slight warmth to the tones works with the porcelain. But yeah, I don't think I'd put all 3 together. I'd probably put 2 of them together. But in saying that, I've been looking at some of these sort of block cardies where it's like blocks of color, and I could do that with this because it's 10 ply, so it's worsted weight, so all the US patterns will work with it. Well, hopefully. I'll have to do some what's the word? Gauge swatching. I'll have to do some gauge swatching. Hey, how many of you watched that video I shared last week about the lifters, riders, and yankers? I shared it in the community tab to go straight to the video of the lady who made the video. She's got some interesting other stuff around it, but I thought the point of the lifters, riders, and yankers was really, really valid. And did you work out which one you are? So, yeah, I'm going to have some coffee. Just to let you know, I've been having some problems getting Stream Ninja to work properly. So the Jiffy commands will still work. So if you want to do the hydrate and what have you, they'll still work, right? But the other ones, like the Buy Me a Coffee, which is why I've pinned it and also added it to the top here, it won't come up, and also the list wouldn't come up. So if you scroll back in the chat, I actually put in the list. So there's a couple of sneaky extras in there that I added today. So if you want to have a look, you can. Bianca did. She's a writer. Yeah, I'm a writer as well. Which also explains why I struggled so hard. Like I had to do a lot of lifting when I was working for a particular designer to get her gauge. And it made me, and that's when I started realizing there was different ways to crochet back years ago. And so being able to actually understand that when we're working gauges, because like, let me know in the chat, have you worked up a gauge swatch in your crochet more specifically, but you've worked it up, or even in knitting, it could still mean the same thing. So if someone is pulling their tension really tight, it'll mean their stitches are shorter. So like if you've been trying to get a gauge swatch and you get the width but you can't get the height, like let me know in the chat if that's ever happened to you. But I'm going to drink some more of my coffee, because the coffee's actually, you know, when you make a coffee and I forgot to put the lid on, so it actually got a bit cold before I even, you know, got in here. Bianca hasn't swatched for crochet. Mm. Okay, yeah, no, that's cool. I get it. Truth time, I've only gauge swatched once. Oh, there you go. We're learning, we're getting into all the truth for everybody today, aren't we? I tend to, like for me, I tend to gauge swatch anytime I'm making a garment to a pattern. And also because and also if I'm concerned if I'm going to run out of yarn for say a blanket, right? They're the only times I gauge swatch. If I'm making a blanket and I know I've got like tons of yarn, I don't even bother. I just make it. Or if it's, you know, or if I've got a limited amount of yarn and this is just the size of the blanket I'm going to make. When I get to the end, I get to the end. So you know, this is one of those things where um I find for me, I get really frustrated if I make a garment for myself and then it, like, according to the measurements in the pattern, it's supposed to fit me and then it doesn't fit me. This is a big garment and it's taken a lot of time. So I want to be able to gauge swatch that and double check that my stitches match the designer stitches. So yeah. Kelly says, I did for my Persian blanket, but clearly the designer was a lifter because it was a blanket. Gauge didn't matter in this case. Absolutely. Lone Wanderer says, I know my gauge for every yarn weight, so I just spot check on the fifth row. I get that, but like, you knowing your gauge is cool, but like, I don't know, do you use designers' patterns? Like, you may never use someone else's patterns and you might just invent your stuff as you go along. But I learned over the years that if I want to match a gauge to a designer, not all designers knit or crochet the same way. So you understanding your gauge is awesome, and you do need to know that. But you also need to know how to make your gauge match someone else's and what you need to do that. So you may already know all that. You may already know all that. Kelly says, I did mean as a writer because I bought the blanket kit. I had more leftovers than possibly others. I noticed whenever I buy an Attic 24 kit, I have tons of leftovers. Like these are the leftovers from the last Attic 24 kit blanket I made. They're the leftovers. And I made a full single bed size blanket. So I just think sometimes, oh, there's another bowl. Oh, it fell down. Yeah, it's just a little perplexing. It's a little perplexing. But yeah, so different strokes. I'll gauge swatch for an expensive pattern. I have an Arne and Carlos pattern and the Norwegian wool to go with it. I am terrified to break ground. I would definitely gauge swatch that, because that Norwegian wool that they sell, that Rowan Norwegian wool, I don't know how much it costs where you are, but over here that stuff's really expensive. So I also would be terrified, and I would 100% be making sure I gauge swatched, and if they say to wash the swatch, I would be washing the swatch. I would be making sure that swatch is totally dry, and then I would be like checking it, and then maybe having to make another gauge swatch. Like, I'm with you. I'd be freaking out on that one. Mel says, not to be difficult, but I thought gauge changed depending on the different yarns and the needle type. So how could you know your gauge for everything? That's a really good question for the lone wanderer's bunker. I don't know the gauge swatch to all my stuff. I think understanding how you knit and crochet helps you to understand what kind of gauge you're going to get. But I personally gauge swatch, so I never used to, and then I made too many things that didn't fit, and that's when I was like, oh my god, I have to gauge swatch. Melissa says, I have so many leftovers from Attic 24 blankets, probably enough to make 2 or 3 more blankets. Yeah, like the thing for me is that I don't buy the her special DK kits. So I don't have all special DK left over. So they don't all match as such. I've used her other kits because I made one of her special DK kits. I don't like working with special DK. I'm really sorry, Stylecraft. I don't like it. And so I've tried some of the others. So this one here was the Wool Warehouse's home brand. Is it better than, I don't know. It's slightly different than the special DK, and it was just that slightly enough difference that it didn't grate on my nerves, if that makes any sense. Um, so so yeah, so I was just like, but yeah, so I don't know, like it really does depend. Um, this Spin Girl says, I have no idea what sort of crocheter I am. I had heaps of leftovers from both the Attic 24 kits I've done. See, this is the thing. I've done a bit of reading, and I don't think anyone runs out on the Attic 24 kits, and I think she makes it that way on purpose because her kits are like those patterns that she puts out in those kits are designed for beginners, right? That they really are. They're designed for beginners. And so having 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 like you don't want to be like on the border for a yarn in a kit when you're dealing with beginners because that could be really disappointing. And because she does like a lot of striped patterns, she can work it out so that she uses a similar amount of yarn for each of the colors, and so that there's a bit of leftover, so she like allows leeway for people who are lifters versus riders and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really good. Oh yeah, yeah. Like, because I was looking on the Hobie website, and I thought they were like $20 a ball. I could be wrong. But like, if you can find some way to get them in Australia, it's probably a better value. But yeah, I was just like, that yarn better be nice. How does it feel? Like, seriously, how does it feel? Because like in my brain, for it to be really good for color work, it'd have to have a bit of tooth to it, so it wouldn't be super soft. Um, which if I'm making a full size garment that touches my skin anywhere, I need it to be super soft. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. So Lone Wanderer is willing to chat, Mel, over in the Discord. I think you're both over in the Discord, so that's a fantastic idea. Knitspin Girl says, I know my gauge for specific yarns or specific brands that I use all the time. I always swatch for garments, my stress levels, and therefore tension can change. And that's the thing. I try to have a couple of different projects going just for my different sort of mindsets. So if I'm pretty stressed about something, I don't want to pick up a sweater because you'll see the tension change. I've done it. I made the mistake of only working on a particular sweater, and I had to frog it. Um, so I didn't want like that. So I tend to have a project that doesn't matter about tension or gauge, like a face washer or something like, inane like that, where it's not going to matter so much. Or even a granny square where you finish the square, like all the tension is in that one square. And then when you finish that and you've like relaxed a little, your whole body's just like, okay, I'm home and I'm crafting and I'm okay now. Then move on to the other projects. But yeah, everyone is a bit different when it comes to this stuff. I tend to know what kind of gauges I'm going to get for like Bendigo cotton and a couple of the others and like and the this stuff here, the Australian Wool Store Pure 8 ply, which is a bit toothy. So I don't make garments with that. But so I kind of get a rough idea of like, I know I want to use like a certain size hook needle for that or a certain size hook to get the kind of drape that I want. But if I'm doing a garment, then I want more. I want more information. So I'm going to gauge swatch it even if I've used it before. Honestly, it is rough and splitting a little. It's supposed to soften on blocking. I'm a bit let down, to be honest. See, I don't think I'd be let down. I think it's just understanding what we buy. Because like going into it, they always talk about the Norwegian wool, like Arna and Carlos. That's their wool. But when they talk about doing color work, the importance of toothy yarn for that. So I assumed already that it was going to be a little rough. And I think in Australia specifically, we're pretty spoiled. Like not a bad thing, all right? Not a bad thing, but we're pretty spoiled in with how much merino we can get our hands on. So we're used to softer yarns. Like if we get something that's like a 25 micron, we're like, ugh, that's rough. In other countries, 25 microns is they're beautiful. And so I think it's like a thing, like we're used to like these like super soft merinos, like the Australian wool stores pure merino. So if you want something amazing, go and check that out. If you buy 13 balls, the 13th ball is free. I always make sure I buy 13 balls on her website. I want that free ball, which is basically the equivalent of like some free postage, really. Her 100% merino, like, so she has the pure wool, but there is also another one called called 100% merino. The merino one, oh my god, that is soft as butter. And the stitch definition, I've got a project here. Hang on, I'll grab it. I have a project that I made with it, and it's sort of handy-ish. Here we go. It's so don't look at my joints. Don't look at my joints. My joints are bad. But just this is just so soft, and the stitch definition is just so good. There's a little beanie that I made out of the same stuff. And it's just beautiful. And there's like 50 or 56 colors or something like that. Go and get your hands on that. Tell her I sent you. I don't know if she's still doing it, but she did say that if I told you guys that I sent you, she'd toss in a free little stitch marker for you. So this, if you want soft and you're in Australia, and I think that she ships internationally, so it's definitely worth seeing if you can get your hands on. The international postage might be your killer. I'm not sure, but this stuff is my absolute favorite pure wool. Like, I love it so much. The colors are just gorgeous. It feels amazing. It washes amazing. It's my go-to. Like, I prefer it over Bendigo. Not as budget friendly as Bendigo. let's just lay that straight on the table. Not as budget friendly as Bendigo, but far superior in quality as far as I'm concerned. Far superior. So I want to I do want to make myself like a cardigan or a sweater in this yarn. I haven't decided on a color, so I haven't purchased it yet. But and I nearly did. She had a sale, and I kicked myself because I bought my other yarn just before the sale. But I still hadn't decided on a pattern yet, so I haven't bought it. But I do want to do that. Knitspin Girl says designers don't tend to state they got X stitches and Y rows with Z yarn and W needles after a huge fight with their mother. Yeah, they don't tend to specify. They don't tend to specify their emotional state when they did their gauge swatch. Maybe they should. Maybe they should. Home wrap and repair. Hello, Larry. I've got a parcel ready to ship to you. It is going out this afternoon. I'll send you some tracking. I was kind of waiting for the items to come on sale, and then they never did. So I just grabbed them at full price. Well, they're sort of a little bit on sale, but they're a little bit, not as on sale as I would have liked. So, yes. Why is that? Is your battery dying? Is that why your sparkly sparkles are just not sparkling hard enough? Let's just see if we've got a Louis cam just here. There we go. Louis even got lights. Is your little battery? There we go. I hadn't quite. They're very cheap lights, all right? They're very cheap little battery operated indoor lights. I hadn't quite yanked on it enough to open it up. All right. Something else that came this week. Oh, so much stuff. A little while back, when I was ordering Tunisian hooks, I decided to try some hooks from a company called Catch Hooks. They're here in Australia. They custom make every single hook that you order. You can do all sorts of stuff. I have put the link in the description. Their ordering system is naff. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty crappy, but it is because it's so custom, right? And because of that, it's probably really hard to create an order form or an order sheet or you know, a website in that regard, because I went boring and meh. Okay, because I was just like, oh wait, I get to choose. I don't know what I want. Oh, look, I'll just have one of each of these two colors because I only ordered the two. And I was like, yeah, I'll just have these. I'll just have these. Yeah, cool. But if you go and check out their Instagram, that they can do multi-tones and like a camouflagey style. There's so much that I could have done that I did not do. Okay, like, let's be honest. Now they arrived yesterday or the day before. All I've done is open them out of their packaging and add a cable. Now these hooks individually cost $50 each or thereabouts, just under, I think. I think I paid around 95 for 2 hooks and postage in Australia. Okay, I thought they were 50 each. Andrew Can is in the house. Merry Christmas, Andrew Can. Thank you so much for sharing. Amelia Nicole has been gifted a membership by Andrew Can. Nana Michelle Crochets has been gifted a membership. Taya Stewart, Great Lakes Gal, Diane, and Arides has also been gifted a channel membership from Andrew Can. That is so cool. Thanks so much, Andrew. And you're able to do it. I know you were trying to do, was it a members chat in Nick's stream and you couldn't make that work? Like, it just was, YouTube just sometimes is glitchy. But thank you so much. I hope you have, I really hope you do have a fantastic Christmas with your family as well, Andrew. Oh, you still can't give it to Doug. That is weird. I don't think our settings are any different. I really don't. Wait, was Home Rapid Repair live and I missed it? Oh, now I'm going to have to go back and find a replay. All right. Sorry. Back to catch hooks. Totally got derailed by Christmassy stuff. And it's going to happen because I'm a Christmas girl. Oh, Larry didn't share. Oh. Wow. Thanks, Larry. Anyway, catch hooks. I'm just going to push this out of the way. So they arrived. Now they arrive as just the hook. So these are interchangeable Tunisian hooks that can be just used as a hook. They come just looking like this. Is the right mic being? Yeah, but we did have problems. It's probably a bit. There we go. It's probably a bit quiet because, yeah, I had to reboot the Rodecaster this morning because I got no audio. I tested, had audio, went live, no audio, and then had to miss out. So they arrived just like this, just wrapped up in some tissue paper, very nicely done. And so you have to attach your own cables. But when you order, you get to choose if you want a Knit Pro cable or a ChowGoo cable. Now, you guys all know I'm a ChowGoo girl all the way. However, I went Knit Pro because this is my other hook that I ordered. I got this one in teal. Oh. My Knit Pro cables are swivel, whereas my ChowGoo cables are not. And there we go. I'm like, why is that not swiveling? But anyway, my Knit Pro, I've got my teal cables are swivel cables, whereas my ChowGoo cables are not swivel. And when it comes to Tunisian crochet, you want all the swivel all the time, right? So I've attached a Knit Pro swivel mindful cable. Is that what they're called? I don't know. The teal ones because it's my color and I like it. Anyway, now the other thing is when you order your hooks, let me just go here. When you order these hooks, can you read that? There you go. You can have whatever you want etched on here. And I was just like, I don't know what I want etched on there. I definitely want the size put on. There we go. It's not going to do it. But anyway, I wanted the size put on. and then they added catch hooks. So I haven't used it yet. Home Rapid Repair. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, it was an off the cuff, not planned ahead. Yeah, I want to see you live as well. Andrew's right. We definitely want to see you live. Um, so I dug out some yarn. Should we give it a try? Let's just zoom in a little here. Let's go to the Logitech and we'll zoom that guy in. Right, it's going to be a little grainy. It's going to be a little grainy. Yarn. What yarn? We want something light. I've got the 6mm, so we need something a bit chunkier. Here we go. Maybe that's too bright. It's a bit too bright. Look, we'll go with the purple. All right. Andrew says, enjoying the stream. Don't forget to leave a like. Thanks, Andrew. Actually, we don't want to go from the inside of that. There's the labels in there. Alrighty. So we've got the 6mm attached. My brain's like, why is this? I think I've just unhooked that. Where's my little? I've got a little tightener mechanism there. Boom, boom. This is a new cable and it doesn't appear to be swiveling. Where is another cable? I mean, I don't need to worry about that so much. Did you craft a Santa hat? No, I did not. I have crafted Santa hats. I got this one from a $2 store at some stage about 10 or 15 years ago. So it's been around. It's been through the washing machine. It's had some love in its life in our house. Oh my goodness, this thing's smooth. And it's pointy. It's so smooth and pointy. I probably actually, do you know what? I probably don't need a cable on it at all because I'm not going to be doing that many stitches. And it's clicking and making a noise, so it's bugging me. So let's just drop the cable off for now. But no, all of your Knit Pro cables will work if you request a Knit Pro connection. I did try also, I've got the old purple ones. I did call it a Santa hat. This is a Santa hat. Is that an Australian thing that we call these Santa hats? Oh, did you craft this? I thought it doesn't matter. I can't see. My glasses are dirty. Alrighty, so now we've got this. And we're going to just do this first row. And we'll get through that one. And then we'll judge it more from the next row. Alright? But oh my gosh. This is nasty acrylic, right? This is not the smoothest yarn. It was not my favorite to work with. I mean, I say nasty acrylic. It's not nasty, it's fine. It's just not my favorite, all right? Like, there are other acrylics that are nicer to work with than this one. This one just comes in 11 billion colors, all right? So chain 1, and then draw through 2 on all of the rest. Just adjusting to a new hook. Because it's got quite a long tapered front of the hook, I actually have to draw it through a bit more than I'm used to before I can tuck it back. But once I've adjusted to that, it's fast. It's, oh my goodness. All right. All right. So now let's pick up some stitches here. Let's see. Let's see here how it goes. Oh my gosh, it's a total non-event. It's just like, it's just going here. It's like no grabbiness, no nothing. Just, oops, it did split the yarn on that one, but that could also be the yarn, let's be honest. Oh, wow. All right. So all week I've been a bit like, oh my gosh, was I ridiculous in buying these hooks? Because let's be truthful here. These are expensive hooks. And do you need them? No. We've already proven that the AliExpress $50 set is great value and it works a treat, right? Like, but if you want to give yourself a treat that you can customize, that you can order any color you want, you can have patterns on it, you just go and check out the Instagram page for catch hooks. It's in the description. if you want any color, any size, any actually, I think there are size limitations, but lots of sizes. Um, and you can have whatever you want etched or printed on it. Now, it is printed on it. I will say that it's not etched in, I don't believe. I think it is actually printed on it. So I need to have more time with it to work out if I can rub this thing, like, you know, rub the writing off it or not, because that does happen sometimes. Um, but oh my word, this actually let's do a different kind of stitch this time. We've just done a simple stitch. So let us go all the way through between the front and back legs here. This is just lovely to work with. All right, yeah, so this is an extravagance. Let's not lie to ourselves. It is an extravagance. Do you need it? I don't know. But one thing I will say is when it comes to Tunisian crochet, I tend to stick within the same couple of hooks, right? I don't need like a huge array of hooks. I ordered the 2 sizes that I use the most, and the chances that I'll actually need to go and order any more is pretty low. Like, let's be honest. Because it's, you do, like, I mean, I wanted to make sure I had one that works with DK, which this one is working up lovely. And I may want to go up. I may want a 6.5 or a 7. So this is the 6 mil. So with a DK, I tend to start all my swatchings with a 6 mil because I do want a nice drapey fabric. Tunisian crochet gives you a really dense fabric. You want something drapey. You don't want to be making cardboard unless you want to be making cardboard. Like, I mean, I don't know. Do you want to make, let me know in the chat. Do you make cardboard? Is that your goal? Is that something that you want to make? Is cardboard, like if you're making coasters or something, you want some firmness. If you're making like a like a gingerbread house or something, you want some structure to it. So like you may need cardboard for those kinds of oh my goodness. I was like looking at that like there's no way that's going to slide through there, but it did. You know when you're like, oh, I don't want to love these because they're just a bit too pricey, but then you get them and you're like, oh my god, these are amazing. All right, I'm just gonna keep waxing lyrical about these, aren't I? So this is just a Tunisian knit stitch for those of you that don't know what I'm doing here. This will actually, using a crochet hook, gives you a knit look fabric. It doesn't act like knit. It's not stretchy like knit. It just gives you a knit look fabric. So yeah. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going here. Right, I'm just gonna finish off. Like, there's no reason for this, and I'm like, oh, I must finish this row. Oh my gosh, there's no reason for it. Just must finish it. I don't know why. Is it really unrelatable that I'm like, you need to go and put one of these on your special gift list? Just because, like, here we go. So that's your crocheted or Tunisian crocheted knit stitch. That is just, that's so smooth. And this all around here is beautiful and it's pointy and it's perfect. And I mean, it's probably an advantage that the guy who makes this, his wife is a Tunisian crochet designer. And so they've probably worked a bit to make the perfect Tunisian hook. It is an inline hook, which is really what you want for Tunisian, I think. It works better for me. It's definitely up to you. This one is gorgeous as well. This was my 5.5 mil. Yeah, my 5.5 mil. Yeah, I went down. And I think I definitely need a 6.5. I think that's, or maybe a 7, or maybe a 6.5 and a 7. But that's all I need. I don't need any smaller than a 5.5, and I wouldn't need much bigger than that because when I'm working Tunisian, let's have a look at 5.5 on a 4-ply. I may need where's a 4-ply? Excuse me, yarn. Is anything within arm's reach 4-ply? Like it's like, okay, no, I'm not. No, everything here is 8-ply. We don't have any 4-ply handy. I'm gonna go and grab some 4-ply. Like seriously, some sock yarn. Like seriously, why is there no sock yarn within like grabbing distance? This needs to be resolved. I mean, I can see. Okay, I should clarify. I can see some sock yarn, but it's still in the twist. It's not balled. It's not ready. All right, I'm gonna grab some sock yarn. Bear with. All right, I grabbed my Battenberg blanket. Someone was asking where I was up to with that. This is it. That's it. That's all I've made. Oh, come on, camera. That's it. That's my Battenberg blanket. Yeah, nope. It's a bit fiddly. Alrighty, some 4-ply. Let's have a look here. I've got a feeling it's going to be. I think I may need a smaller hook if I want to do any 4-ply work. But we will see. I could be wrong. I've been using a lot of DK and a lot of worsted weight over the last few weeks. And my fingers are just like, wow, this 4-ply is so skinny. This is awful. Let's not do 4-ply ever again. And my brain's like, oh my God, we love 4-ply. You take that back, fingers. Yeah, welcome to my brain. Yeah. Well, and this is the thing, Bianca. Before I learned that new technique, so like I was thinking about like what sort of things have been game changers for me in 2024. We're coming up to the end of the year and I'm putting together some ideas for a video. But I'm going to just spoiler, one thing that's been a total game changer for me was in working this Jethro project. Jancy showed a technique, or Jancy shared a video showing a technique over in our Discord of how to weave in your ends as you go. And I'm not just talking working over the top of them, because I'm not about that. That's not woven in. That's not enough. But I mean, I haven't gotten the last stitch, but does it matter? No, it doesn't. And I now use that on so many crochet projects, that technique. Now that I just about don't have to weave in anything, excuse me, in my crochet. And it has been a total game changer for me. And I think it may just change my attitude towards that Battenberg. And I think like I was weaving in as I went. So there's no like little surprises anywhere. Everything's all woven in. Everything's all ready to go, right? So even if I started getting some more in, then like started making more, because I've got all these like little bits and I've worked out, actually that's cotton, that's not for this. But I've worked out like I need 2.5 grams, 2.5 grams of a color. So all my little tiny ends of things from different bits and bobs. I think that was one I worked on. I was like, I failed at Yarn Chicken. Oh, what did it? No, I did not fail at Yarn Chicken. That one got a square. Maybe that's the next square to go on. I actually have a little stack of squares. Here we go. A little stack of squares that are ready to be added. Oops. Now I'm just getting tangled up in the yarn in the basket. Come here. Like seriously. Really? Get in there. And it's all my hand dyed stuff, right? So it's all, I don't want to waste any of my little hand dyed bits that are left over, because I don't hand dye anymore. I can't do it. And so all of that yarn is kind of precious. So I don't want to waste any of it. I'm thinking this 5.5 might be fine for 4-ply. Obviously it'll depend on what you're making, but it seems to be making a dent. I was concerned it would be too gapey, like too open. We'll see. It's let's just say it's promising so far. I don't know what I've done here at the end here. I've just invented stitches for whatever reason. Let's just, we'll just invent stitches. No, let's fix it up. We can't leave that like that. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see how it slides with such fine yarn. And for me, the slowness is visibility. I'm just like, as I said before, I'm really used to working on the thicker yarns at the moment, and so I'm really having to concentrate to be able to see what I'm doing here. But I'm thinking this 4.5 might be all right. It's been girls making more socks. Like, I thought you'd be socked out. Are these socks for that same thing, or is this different socks now? Like, I know you had to do, like, was it 40 pairs for an order? Insanity, absolute insanity. But you did it. You succeeded. You got it done. So that is awesome. Hey, Lulu. Um, so Macy, the junkie, is obsessed with the Christmas tree. So I'll point that out. We've had to put a footstool next to the Christmas tree so she can bash on a bauble. Because if we don't put the footstool there, she tries to climb the tree to reach the bauble that she wants to bash, and it basically pulls the tree down. And it doesn't just it also crushes branches and knocks branches off because it is just it's a little fake tree. In Australia, it's a lot harder to keep the green trees alive. Um, so yeah, oh Tia, it's great to see you in the chat. Andrew Can, who's a good friend of mine. He popped in. I'm not sure if he's still here. He popped in and gifted some channel memberships. So I'm glad you got one. Alrighty, let's see how this is going. Maybe a little open in the simple stitch, but not beyond usable. Let me just say that right now. Maybe a 5 mil would be better. I'm going to give it another couple of rows. I really don't want to overjudge it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be like quick to judge and go, yep, nope, I definitely need another hook, or you know, or not. But the other thing is, I also do have the other sizes in my set that I bought from AliExpress, which is totally fine. And there's nothing wrong with those hooks. But if you want a little treat, if you want something a bit special that you can customize and can put your name on it so no one else can steal it, you can literally, my name is on those hooks. Um, you know, or if you want like a little, I think you're just limited. It's a bit harder to see on this silver, but I think you're just limited by the length of the shaft here. The opal yarn is so pretty to look at. Is it soft enough for tops? I think I've got a ball here. I'll try and bring along. I don't know if it'd be soft enough for tops. So this is, it's probably like it's curled up a little because it is Tunisian. I think it's fine. I think I'd like something. Yeah, I think I'm happy enough with that, with the 5.5. I don't think, maybe the 5 mil would close up the stitches a little bit, but I would totally use that. I'll grab a photo. Yeah, I find the opal yarn is a little itchy, but that's me, and you're tougher than I am, Bianca. So but yeah, I'm happy with that stitch definition there. I'm happy. Knitspin Girl says, not the softest yarn, great for socks though, wears like iron. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's designed for socks and it's good for socks. I just don't know if it'd be any good for next to the skin stuff. So yeah, I probably could have done an extra couple of rows, right? But I would use that. I would use the 5.5 and a sock mill. That was the goal. Would I use a 5.5 and the sock mill and sock yarn? Yes, I would. DK and the 6 mil works up beautifully with both the simple stitch and the knit stitch. The knit stitch does make things a bit more dense, so if I did that knit stitch, it would be totally fine. But yeah, I these are like, let me just do this. These catch hooks are an extravagance. They are. Like, let's be really honest. The hooks that we can get from AliExpress are perfectly good. But if you want a treat, if you want something that's beautiful and custom, and you could, like, I've just got solid colors. You don't have to get solid colors. If you want to go and customize it really right down for yourself, choose what kind of cables you want to put the end on it. I would still say they're worth their money for what you get. That's my opinion. That's my 2 cents. Still worth it. Um, if you're after the customization. Um, if you don't care about customization and things like that, just stick with the AliExpress set. But if you want something a bit special and a bit more out of the ordinary, these guys are it. Definitely. Now, I should clarify, I paid full price for these. I in no way got any kind of kickbacks, or I get no affiliates. I get nothing. It's just another Australian business that I really think needs a bit of love. These are made locally or in Australia. They're made down in Victoria, I think. Um, and or maybe Sydney. I don't know. Anyway, not here. Not in Brisbane, but in Australia. And I do think that they're just a really solid quality. Admittedly, this is it. This is the extent of my use. But I'm going to keep using them. Like, I'm not going to be like, because they're awful. No, they're going into my tool caddy so that they're right there when I just need to find it. There we go. Boom. They're right there at the front of the tool caddy. So when I need a hook, they will be right there. And they're actually really nice hooks to use. Like I like a handle. I like a clover handle. And so when I Tunisian like when I normal crochet, I'm a pen holder. Pen holder? Yeah, pen holder. But when I normal crochet, I'm a pen holder. When I Tunisian crochet, I'm a knife holder. Because you kind of got to get your hand over the top. Anyway, if you've got any questions, ask away. Ask away. Let me ask you, what are you working on right now? Like what projects are you working on while we're hanging out here? Like are you working on Christmas stuff? Are you doing something else? Like let me know in the chat. Let me go here to a love chat. All right, I'm going to move some stuff. Work, unfortunately. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Um, I'm like, do I want to start a new project? Oh, hell yeah, I do. Oh, yes, I do. But I've actually got, last night, I finished the button band on my Jethro. I should have been working on a Christmas present, but I needed a break from crochet. And so I pulled out my Jethro. I'm going to get it. Like, let me just dig it out. It just happens to be right here. The Jethro cardigan. I have picked up the stitches for the arm on one of the arms. And done a couple of rows. Nothing too dramatic there. Like, seriously, Chantelle, what's going on here? Like, what's with all the ends hanging out of the bag here? There's something caught. Because there should be like one end. I've got one ball of yarn attached. Why are there three? Like, seriously, I think it's just one end wrapped around and around and around. There we go. That's an end. That needs to go back in the bag. You are not even required. And you are the end for my sleeve. Alrighty. Boom. Okay. Put it over the keyboard. Hope it doesn't end the stream. So there we go. That's our neck band is done. I still have to add the buttons. Where's my buttonholes? There's my little buttonholes. Buttonholes. But all my little buttonholes are in. Boom. I just need to add the buttons. But I was going to wait till I blocked it out before I added the buttons. Is that advisable? I would think that needs to be blocked out before I add the buttons. And now I've just started sleeve number 1. So I've just joined it on. It's got the bigger tips. I got my llamas on, my little llamas or alpacas. The ears are down, so they are alpacas, I think. So yeah, so I've got the grey for the sleeves going. Thanks, Russell. It's so soft too. This is Midlands pure wool. It is deliciously soft. I would say that it's a tough running between Midlands and the Australian wool stores. Merino for me for favorite yarn. They're different. They feel different. They're spun differently. And this is only available in like 15 colors, whereas the other one's available in 56 colors. but this is beautiful. This is going to be like wearing a hug, honestly. Even without sleeves, I put it on and I already like it has got some weight to it. It's hefty. It's a hefty one. It's gonna have to be folded up because if I hang it, it's gonna like pull heavily. Um, but it's so good. And yeah, look, do you know, it's been Creation Girls. I was really torn with the yellow pops. I was thinking maybe I'd go pink or go with the teal, but I just decided I think I really want the yellow. Now I did realize something, which is I did an extra row on the button band than I did on the bottom edging. And you know, I don't care. I don't care that much about that. Now, if I was making it for someone else, yes, I'd probably would have pulled it back and fixed it. But because it's for me, I'm like, whatevs, it's an extra row. That gives me like 2 extra rows across the front. I'll take that. Thanks very much. Um, so that's where I'm up to with this. I'm really loving how she gets you to join the knit stitches on. I was so worried when I first decided to do this pattern that this was going to be janky. I was so worried that it was just going to look awful. Like, here we go. There's an edge that's all done. I was really worried it was going to just look really like, you know, why bother? Oh, Knitspin Girl says, I'd add the buttons before blocking. I usually block with the buttons done up so everything lines up nicely. Okay, what I'll do is I'll pin it out and I'll have a look and count the rows to the buttons and things like that. And see where they get done up. Bianca says I need to finish the I-cords for my crochet bag. Nice work. Knitspin Girl says all prezzies are done and in the post. Hopefully they'll arrive before Christmas. More socks and a matching Musselburgh hat. Good work. Vampire is slowly getting the panda coasters done. Nice work. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this is looking. I'm really looking forward to being able to just wear it. I mean, I can wear it now. Like, I mean, I haven't tried to wear it since I started the sleeves. I suppose I should. Let's just chuck it on. Let's just chuck it on. Louis, did you leave us? Well then, no Louis can when there's no Louis. All right, let's. I'm just checking where the yarn is. So it's totally like it totally fits like a grandpa sweater. It's needs blocking, right? Like it's all sort of doing this. Once it's blocked, it'll sit straight and do all its proper stuff and sit square down the bottom, which I just need to step back a little. Come on, little chair, let me step back. Alrighty. Yeah, so see how it's sort of doing this? That's just because it's not blocked yet. So once it's blocked, it'll sit properly and because it's just wool, it's quite elastic, this, and it's ribbed. So, but I'm really happy with like where it's sitting at the back and just how it sits on the shoulders and sits around my neck, and happy about so many parts of this. So once the buttons are on, it'll just be just this really nice big comfortable overthrow sweater. And I'm happy with the sleeve that I'm starting to knit there. So where is the yarn here? I've got to make sure I don't tangle it around the chair. All right, there it is. Alrighty, we got it off. It's a bit warm for me to be wearing it today, let's be honest. It's pretty dang hot. So, yeah, like I'm really happy with the fit. It's supposed to be oversized and comfy, and it's all of that. I'm so happy with her. Like all of that. I'm so happy. Francis. Oh no, I took it off already. I can't turn. But yes, it's sitting really nicely. The back is like a little bit I didn't block the squares properly, and I'm hoping that it can line itself back up and pull it itself back in a bit more when I reblock it. You'll live in that next winter. That's my plan. Yeah, that's my plan. A long t-shirt, leggings, and this. And some socks. That's basically. But yeah, it feels amazing. Like sometimes I'll make something and I'll be like, oh yeah, that'll be fine. This I'm like, I can't wait to finish it. And it's summer and I'm still trying it on. And I mean, I don't even know what our temperature is today. It's supposed to not be as awful as yesterday. Yesterday was disgusting. Yesterday here was like walking through warm soup. It was about 30 degrees Celsius and about 80% humidity, and it had been raining so much. It's actually quite nice right now. It's 25. That's actually quite nice. We do have the air conditioning on because I've only 53% humidity as well. So that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But yeah, that's the plan. Live in it next winter. Now, I did have something here. Why did I have that out? I'm like, why did I, like, what projects am I actually going to, I mean, I could just, I know, I don't want to knit on the sleeves. I'm just gonna drink some coffee. What should we work on today? Like, I don't even know. I'm a bit overwhelmed. I'm a little bit like here, look at the desk now, right? I'll just zoom back out. All the stuff we've been talking about is just like that's sitting here. The Battenberg that is made out of my hand-dyed yarns is sitting here, and I'm a bit like, oh, I really do want to work on that some more. But I have to read the pattern again. It's been so long since I've even done a single square that while I understand how I've done the squares, I have to work out how I join them on. Like, are they crocheted on? I think I've crocheted. Yeah, they're crocheted on. But that's like that's gonna be. It's gonna take a long time to get that little dude done. It is. It's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some time. So but I do like it. I do like it, and I think it would be lovely. The other thing is I really am looking at like what am I going to make with my 12 days of Christmas thing. So I've packed it all up now and popped it away, but I've got about 1,500 meters of those specific yarns, and I could probably add some colors to it because I've got my 4-ply. But yeah, so I'm a bit overwhelmed, but I'm just gonna, my tea is hot. I'm just gonna have a sip of that for my throat. Um, just so you know, the GIFs do work today, I believe, but just not the ones for the like the buy me a coffee or the list. But I have, if you scroll back to the start of the actually, like let's not make you scroll back to the start. Let's just, I'll find it. No, it's yeah. Hang on a second. I can't make the list command work. Did it work for you? No, coffee works. See, this the GIF ones work, the text ones aren't, and I don't know why. But I only do have a couple of text ones. So let me just share. Copy the link. Here we go. I'm just there's too much stuff near me. Hang on. List commands. I think you should be able to get in there into that document to be able to see all the different commands because I added in some special ones just this morning. Air soup for sure. It really was like I'm like okay, I'm that person that's like I've got the air conditioning on, but it feels like it's getting warm in here, so I'm just going to step outside for a second. I'm not going to adjust the air conditioning. And you step out, like I open the door and step out and just go, oh, it's like you've just hit this wall of just like, oh. There's a Christmas dance. There's a couple others there as well that I've made. So yeah, I don't know what I want to work on. I really don't. One thing I've decided to do. Are you all ready for this news? Eggnog break time is my ranunculus in the grey silk. I'm going to frog it. I'm not happy with it. I don't like how the stitches are sitting. It got a big pull in it when I was blocking it because I tried to block it too quickly. So you know, I'm going to frog it and I'm going to remake it. Don't panic. I will be remaking it. But I think I'm going to go down a needle size because it's way over. Look, I'm going to pop it on, but it's way oversized. Like it's even oversized for me, right? And it holds no shape and does nothing. So I'll probably keep the same needles for the neckline. Oh, even then. Hang on, let me go big. But see how it's just like it needs a redo. It needs a redo. So I'm gonna go down a needle size just to, you know, see what I can do. But I'm just not happy with it. Like the stitch definition is just awful. So, but I love the feel of it, and I love how the sleeves came out. So I am really torn as to whether or not I just pull up to the sleeves, and just pull back up to here and just redo it, and just with a slightly, with a, because I'm happy with the sleeves. I'm happy with the sleeve fit, right? It's just the real unevenness. Here we go. Go back to this one. The real unevenness in these stitches and where it got pulled and everything, that just because it got pulled here and there's uneven stitches there, and I just don't like any of that. Here upwards I love it, here down I don't. So I think I could just pull it back to a certain point and go from there, right? Just fix it. I don't know, what do you think? Do you think I'm just being ridiculous? Because I just like, look at that. And in the silk, it's really obvious. Like when I'm standing and wearing it, I can't unsee it. I can't not see the issues. So I'm not wearing it. Like that's the thing. I made it and I've never worn it. I blocked it and just went, nope, screwed that up and just bundled it up and put it aside. So I've never worn it. And it's something that I think I would love to wear. And it's something that's so light and airy, I could totally wear it in summer. So, I mean, look, I'm not going to lie, there's still some stitch issues on the sleeves here, but I really have to look for them to notice them. Whereas, like, look there. Whereas on the body, I can't not see it, right? So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, whacked the camera. Yeah, if you don't wear it, then remake it or something, make something else. Yeah, like I can see that I would love it if I could just stop it from being awful. Oh, anyway, that was a decision. That was a decision that I made. Do you know what I really want to do? I want to just swatch. Yeah, Vampy says pull it back and redo it so you're happy with it. You're less likely to wear something you're unhappy with. Yeah, I do really want to swatch this cotton. I don't have a project in mind, but I just want to see how it comes up. It fell in the bag and then took some cables with it, like actual cables from under the table, like holding things together cables. Alrighty. Yeah, if it doesn't bring you joy, redo it. Absolutely. Look, I'm gonna swatch with the. Let's swatch with the orange. What size needles does it say? Do not bleach, spin dry, ring or tumble dry. Dry flat in the shade. Warm hot iron. It says 4.5 mil needles. What do I have handy? Oh yeah, let's do some swatching and then not have any knitting needles in the room. All my knitting needles are in another place. We could crochet swatch. We have all our crochet hooks. Because I'm going to want to crochet swatch it anyway. So what is this? So it's a 4.5, so what, it'll need 5? What do you guys reckon? Start with a 5? Um, Well, I can tell you it crochets up like a dream. Yeah. Yeah, Francis, it's the nature of that particular sweater is it's supposed to be very wide in the body and quite boxy. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that one. Um, Bianca says I just had another close look at mine and the stitches are looking good after soaking for 30 minutes. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you're enjoying yours. All right, I'm gonna do some single crochets and then I'll do some double crochets. We'll see how they look. We'll see how it comes up with its stitch definition. But I have to say, so far, I'm loving how nice that edge is. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Zoom, zoom, zoom. It feels really nice because I tell you what, if someone handed it to me and told and were like, guess what this yarn's made out of, I would not pick pure cotton. It's got a really interesting handle to it. It feels nearly fluffy. I mean, it's not fluffy, but it's kind of got like that texture to it. And I've got a feeling it's because it's the chaining and stuff. Um, but I also I'm loving how it feels. Wow. You know when you get something and you're just really happy that you like it? Because this was a total, like, what's the word? It's a total, we do it spur of the moment. Impulse buy. It was a total impulse buy. This is Solstice yarn. It's been put out by Bendigo Woolen Mills. It's a special one of. It's not made by the mill, but it's something that they've got their hands on. And it's a chainette, which I'm obsessed with chainettes. Like if you guys ever find a good chainette, cotton or wool, I want you to DM me. Because I love a chainette yarn, and I really struggle to find enough of them. And so I did. I bought the pink. I bought, what do they call this? Porcelain, and I bought the mandarin. And I love it. Now, in all fairness, I'm probably going to knit tops out of this. I really should run and grab the hook, the needles that I want. It's saying a 4.5 mil. It's giving a really light, it's really light texture to it. It just feels really lofty and like, it sounds ridiculous. I could totally wear a cardigan made out of this, like in a heartbeat. That's how I feel about it. It's so soft and luxurious feeling that I just want to make a hug in it, like if that makes any sense. And I think of cardigans like a big warm hug. Um, Gosh, I like this. I'm like, do not start another project. We've got Christmas projects to do. Which I can't do on camera. So I've got one that is so close to being finished, it's not funny. And then the other one that is, it's technically done, but if I've got time to add a few more rows, why not make it a bit longer? You know, like, it's at that stage kind of thing. So then they both just need to be washed, dried, and packed up. But I didn't want to wash them this week while it was so damp, but I may be forced to wash them in the damp, just because otherwise they won't be ready for Christmas. So, yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to having them packaged up and wrapped up. My husband was like, "We've got so much Christmas wrapping paper." I'm like, "Not for long. Not for long." Francis says, I bought a cardigan for my kid last week and it felt lovely. It was surprisingly 100% cotton. Oh, gosh. Yeah. This feels amazing. This feels so nice. Like, I'm really impressed. Let me just do some double crochets and we'll see how it comes with the stitch definition of a bigger stitch. I don't even know if this is still available. Does anyone know if this is still available on the Bendigo Woolen Mill site? They had a few colours. I would have grabbed more, but my wallet just said no. Because it's just beautiful. I could just feel me, You know when, like, right, if you know me, you know I live in linen pants. Okay, I go to Suzanne Grey and I grab her linen viscose or linen polyester blend pants, whatever they are. I get them in shorts and I get them in long pants and I love them and I'm always wearing a pair, right? Of they might be blue, they might be black, they might be brown, whatever color. Um, they are in. I'm wearing black linen pants today, like they're just shorts. But they're like knee length shorts. I like longer shorts. Anyway, I think this could be the staple top that goes with my linen pants. That's how much I like this. That's how much I like this. This could legit be the yarn that is the staple top. Like it's so weird to say that, right? Um, do any of you have like a yarn that you're like, I could just wear this all day, every day, rain, hail, or shine? Like, let me know in the chat. I am loving this. Like, let's just check Vendigo's website, see if they've got any left. They probably don't because it's just too good and it was limited. Oh, what are the chances that there's none? Yarn. Just go away. I don't want your free stripe pattern. Log in. All right, it's still there. All the colors are still there. Oh my gosh. It's still there. Maybe after Christmas, if it's still there, I could order some more because they've got this. Look, I'm just gonna like let me just make this screen share friendly. Screen share. Because look at this blue. Like, can you guys see me in this blue? I can see me in this blue. This is the pink that I ordered, and that is the mandarin that I'm working on right now. Um, and this is the porcelain, and because I was tossing up between the porcelain and the cream, I went with the porcelain. But I totally think I need the black, the blue, and the turquoise, at least. At least. Oh, thank you, Knitspin Girls. Yeah. It feels so good. It feels so good. Back away from the thing. Back away. They are gorgeous, and it's so nice to work with. And look, it's not the cheapest. It works out to be 20 grams a pack, $20 a pack, which is 4 balls, which is the 200 grams, 400 meters, right? So that's the standard size, but they put them into the 4 packs to give us our 200 grams that we're so used to. But it is in 50-gram balls. I really hope that so many people buy this, the Bendigo go, oh, maybe we need a chainette cotton or a chainette wool. Because I need more chainette yarns. Because that gives me the size and the density and the loftiness of the wool without the not so much density, but like the size and the thickness of the wool to make the patterns I want to make without it being heavy and hot. It's looking lovely in a treble as well. I've got to go and grab some 4.5 mil needles, don't I? I've got 4s handy, but not 4. Actually, I've got 4s handy. Hang on. Chainette, please explain. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. I need a camera that will be nice and up close. Sorry, Louis Cam. I'm borrowing the Louis Cam. Let me just create a new scene. Where is there's one with? I've actually got one with the phone. Might be for the Monday live streams. There we go. All right. I need to bring in this source. Alrighty. Okay, so bear with me. I've got shaky hands. Okay, but see how? Where's the end of the yarn? There it is. There. I can't. It doesn't show me on the phone what I can see. The yarn itself has been created into like a knitted tube or a chain tube, so it's not just plied. It's like fine chain mesh. Let me just see if that makes it easy to see. See how it's already a chain mesh, and then they make that mesh big enough that it creates the loftiest stitches. So like this is a technically a 10-ply cotton, worked in both trebles and singles. So and it's like the stitch definition is really good. It's really clear, but it's so soft and light as well. It nearly feels like it's polyester, like a fake fabric. Like, you know when you comb acrylic to make the beards for like the gnomes and stuff, and the acrylic has that feel to it? It feels nearly like that, but I mean nicer, like, let's be honest. But yeah, so it's just a totally different construction. Sorry, my hand's shaking here. But yeah, it's applied construction. So I hope that helped. I'm just going to drop back to the other scene. All right, we'll put Louis Cam back. Louis actually back, so we should bring Louis Cam back. All right, yeah, I'm really happy with that. That's yeah, and I would be curious, Bianca, because the thing is, because it is already chain plied, it it's processed differently. So I don't know if it will do this the cotton sag, because the other thing is there's not the same weight behind it. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't know how to describe it. Because of the different plying method, there's more air in it than there is, and so that airiness is creating the density. So I don't know. I mean, we'll have to just make something and see, right? Where's that sweater bag? I know I've got 4 mil. Oh, I've got 4 mil needles in there because I'm using them. I'm gonna go grab some needles, guys. I'll be back in a second. Alrighty. I've just realised. Yes, please be our guinea pig. Well, the catch is, like, if you want to try it, you kind of got to jump in. Do I have any for? I grabbed the wrong ones. I didn't want bamboo. I don't think the bamboo will work great with it. I think it'll be a bit stabby. Are you 4 mil? 375s. This is 4.5. So it recommends 4.5 anyway. So, cables. I am running out of rooms. Alrighty. I've got this feeling that my last teal cables I bought, they weren't swivel. I don't think I bought the swivel cables. Well, the swivels are stuck. I thought the teal only came in a swivel. Where's my packaging? No. What did I do with you? I threw you over there. Let me have a look. Oh, no. I did. Teal cables do come in swivel versus non-swivel, and I bought the non-swivels. That explains why I couldn't get that to swivel before. I have a knitted top that grew into a tunic and is well on its way to being a dress. The armholes are now huge. Yeah, that's the catch with both alpaca and cotton. And so I'm really hoping this will help with that. Just this construction's different. It may not. It may not make a difference at all, but definitely worth checking out. Just add my knitting straight onto the end of the crochet. I know that's a bit weird, but that's what I'm going to do. We'll ignore the tension of the first couple of rows. Right, so I've gone with the 4.5mm needles that they've recommended. Now keep in mind, I'm a continental knitter. My tension towels tend to be a little bit on the looser side. So I would have preferred a 4, but I would have had to go digging for a 4, and I just couldn't be bothered. Honestly, I could not be bothered going digging for the 4. So I just went for the 4.5 because it was handy. And I didn't go from the inside of the ball either, like a noob. I'm just going to do a pearl row first so the other side can be the stockinette. We can make it pretty, like anyone even cares. You know how you showed us that Tunisian set you bought on Alibaba? I shared the link with my partner and a package has arrived for him that looked interesting. Oh, that's good. That's good that that's an interesting package that's arrived for your partner. Um, Gosh. I had a parcel arrive today in a box, not yarn, thank goodness, but something else that I'd ordered. And Tim's like, "Have you seen how this has been packaged?" And I've gone out and had a look because um, I haven't brought it inside yet. Oh, and because it came just before the stream, and the actual whole, like, it's a big box, right? It's a big box, and one of the whole lips was basically that they'd thrown one single piece of tape over the box, and it's one of those really thin cardboards that it's like Ben pushed it away from the tape, so it's not even, and it flipped past. So the couriers were actually having to hold the lid closed. So like I quickly double checked everything I ordered is still in the box. I think if it had have come not via a courier, I think it could have been different. Um, but yeah, I'm just like, wow, okay. Now, luckily, this was a once-off order, and I won't be ordering from them again. Actually, no one will be. It was in an end of business sale, and it's now done. So maybe this is why their packaging is not stellar. So yes. Oh my gosh, this is a dream to knit. It feels lovely. Like, I'm not usually the biggest fan of knitting cotton. I tend to knit wool because I don't like how cotton feels when I knit it. But this feels lovely. Oh dear. What are the chances I fall in love with a yarn that by the time I'm ready to order it again, I just cannot get? Um, I'll have to like Google Italian chain knit yarns. It's like this made in Italy chain knit yarn. Like, oh, please, Bendigo, please decide that this is awesome and that everyone wants it. Or have it long enough so that I can at least wash it and see if it holds its shape. Like any Christmas, if I get any Christmas gifts that are cash, it's probably going to become blue solstice or black solstice. They're in my cart as well, and I couldn't justify because I wanted 4 packs of each color. Like, let's be honest, I did want a lot. Um, and I'm just like, oh, I should have just bought them. And like the regret, the second I hit the buy, pay on the cart, I instantly regret. Like, because I decided I'm going to go with colors that I'm not used like, that, you know. Well, if I'm going to just pick a couple of colors, I'll pick something I don't already have in my wardrobe, which was the pink and the orange, or the mandarin. All right, let's start having a little look here. The stitch definition is pretty good. it is fluffing up a little bit. I will say that. Not necessarily a bad thing. Be interesting to see how it wears. Um, but yeah, I would say like I said at the start, it does feel a little fluffy, but not in a bad way. Like not like in a I'm covered in fluff kind of way, which that does bug me, like mohair and stuff like that. Like I love dyeing mohair, and I love a bit of mohair and a hat, but I cannot wear it anywhere else. Like I can wear, and the Leo 2 mohair that I used to get is one of the few mohairs I could actually wear on my neck. Most of them set off my skin. Bring my swatch tonight as well. I just need to bring everything tonight, Bianca. You should just come over for a coffee this afternoon. um, this is very nice. All right. I'm like, oh, I need to put this down because I don't need to keep working on it. It is just a little, but that's how much I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying working with it. It slides nicely. It works nicely. I, I'm actually glad I'm not working on a 4 mil. I don't think it would. I think it would be too tight on a 4 mil. Because like I want that kind of openness because it is still cotton. Yeah, definitely like the 5 mil crochet hook. I think that gave it really nice stitch definition and good stitch height. And I feel like these knit stitches are a little bit they're a little bit compressed even with the 4.5. I would consider it what a 5 would look like. Let's just bring that up to the camera for you so you can judge for yourself. Come on, camera, focus it. What I need is like a little clipboard or a board or something to hold it up with. I only own like 11 billion of them. Whereas one that I know of right off the top of my head? I know of one. Hang on. Right here. It's, it's purple, all right? It would be easier if it was clear, but it's purple. I'm just going to put that there. So you could see the stitches. I'm so smart. It's a chainette cotton. So, it's kind of like it's nearly like a knitted tube, nearly like a thin I-cord knitted tube of very fine cotton. Sorry, my hand is shaking, and I'm sorry about that. So, but yeah, there we go. Coffee. I believe I've earned it. And it's just so soft. I wonder how it would wash up. So no buyer's regret there, let me tell you. This is going to live here now. This is living here for any time I need to show something up close on the camera. Because that was gold. I'm thinking probably knitted for a top. Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking like even the pearl stitches are coming out nicely. It feels really lovely. I can imagine it would sit lovely on your skin. Yeah. Yep. We are. And I've got some cool colours. So if you want to get in before I do, you should probably do that. But yeah, I think it's nearly like I don't know how to describe how they've made the cotton so soft. So I mean it is milled in Italy. Um They've said this is not an ongoing yarn, so once each color is sold out, it's gone forever. So if you spot a color you love, be sure to purchase enough for your desired purchase. So yeah, definitely, I can definitely feel why it needs to be hand wash because of the nature of the yarn. Um, and I would put it in my spinner, but I probably would not spin it out in a washing machine. So is the pink my pink? I don't know. I mean it is Kelly toned pink. Like that's for sure. It's a lovely pink, Kelly. Hey Kelly, like I don't know, are you still working this week? Do you want to come to Caffeinated Crafters tonight at IKEA? I got some stuff here that's got your name on it, like quite literally has your name on it. But it looks like I'm bringing like a whole bag of show and tell to Caffeinated Crafters tonight. So this is coming, and these are coming, and oh, you're still working. Oh, bum. Am I bringing cotton friends like this, the cotton silk blend, like this stuff that I've, like the other colors of this one here, this one that I've bought. Here, look at this. Let's see if this works. Bring our new tool, our new tool. No, it's not going to focus on that yarn, is it? It's the color. It's the color. It just hates us. So, no, too bright. Will you do it with the orange? Yes. You suck. You're so like color biased. But anyway, I don't know. Am I bringing because this is a 50-50 cotton silk blend that I bought a pile of over the last. Sorry, I lied. It's a 78% cotton, 22% silk. Are they the same blend? 77% cotton, 23% silk, 120 meters, same meterage, slightest different blend. Yeah, because I was just sort of looking at it, and it does just seem a little different. I'd say they've got different mills now for that. Bianca says yes, yes you are. Okay, all right. I will pull out an IKEA bag, like the big blue IKEA bag to bring all my show and tell in. All right. Goodness me. My brain's like there was something that you needed to talk about and I haven't. No live stream next week. There'll be no Fiberific live stream next Thursday in Australia, Wednesday in the US because it is definitely it'll either be Christmas for you or be getting over Christmas for me energy level wise. So no live stream here next week, just so you know. So do you think that chainette cotton is a true 10-ply or more like an 8-ply? Look, I think it's very lofty. I definitely wouldn't like for me on an 8-ply. I definitely use a 4 mil hook. I would not use a 4 mil hook with this. I'm just trying to think. We've got something handy. So this is the we try our new board out again. This is the 8-ply from the Australian Wool Store, which I feel is a good indication of an 8-ply. And this is the 10-ply cotton. Let's see if we can bring it up close. Oh, good job, you. Try not to pull either of them tightly, but the green is just being painful. So I think the orange is definitely thicker than the green. Like I do. I think it's a pretty good. I think it's definitely closer to a 10-ply than an 8-ply. And yeah, I'd have to do a wrapped per inch. Do I have a ruler handy? I do. It doesn't have inches, so 2.54. So we'll go to 5 to 7.5. Does anyone have a wraps per inch thing handy? To tell me, where I've got the I don't have the chart handy. 5 is down 9 wraps per inch I'm getting. So yeah. I think that's a worsted weight. 9 wraps. My little tool is with all the stuff written on it is not handy. Let me have a look here. Um, yeah, so 9 to 12 wraps per inch is considered a, where is it? Wraps per inch. 9 to 12 is a medium, so a 4, which is worsted or Aran, and 6 to 8 is considered a bulky. So it's closer to a bulky than it is even to a DK. But I would consider it worsted. I would consider a solid worsted weight, um, like a Templi. I think it's a good indication of it. So 9 wraps per inch. So even if I squashed on an extra couple, it would still be considered a worsted weight. Um, so yeah, did that help? Let's wind that back onto there. Let's wind this back into. Is that center pulled? Of course it is. It's not going to be easy to poke that back in there. Get in the ball. Stab, stab, stab. Yeah. Alrighty. I do think it will probably bloom on washing. I like just based on how it's feeling. I think it may. Um, it's hard because some chain it feels like it will and then it doesn't, and then some chain it feels like it doesn't and then it doesn't. I don't usually have chain it bloom all that much, but in saying that, this feels different. So I'm used to the chainets like from Hobie and stuff like that, where they actually highly twist the cottons that go into making the chain. This is so softly twisted cotton that's gone into making the chainette that I'm just not sure. I just don't know. Um, yeah, I just don't know. It sounds like someone's just gotten home. Oh, he didn't even bark. Um, yeah, I'll have to wash it and see. Uh, Kelly says, I'm looking at the top patterns in my queue to make sure I order enough. So what have we got? So a 200-gram bag so is 400 meters. So each 50-gram ball is 100 meters. So that's decent meterage as well. I still think it's not bad value. Like $20 for 400 meters of a good worsted weight cotton is good value. So I don't know. I'm like, oh man, there's gonna be so many more ends to weave in, but whatever. Like if I'm using this stuff, it's 50 grams as well. Oh, here's a good indication. So her 8-ply balls are how many meters? 100 meters. All right. Well, they've got the same meterage as the 8-ply, but it's definitely a worsted. Yeah, I don't know. Weird. Um, Russian join would work so easily in China. Oh, it would because if you used a fine crochet hook, you can go in the side. Let's just have a look here. Where's a nice fine one? What are you? You're a 2.5. A 2 mil probably would be better, but you could literally go in the side of a chainette, like open it out, right? Find an open stitch, poke your hook in or your needle, and just weave your needle through the middle of the actual chain. A needle would be even better. But yeah, because it's chainette, you can actually leave it in the middle of the chain because it's a hollow tube. So think of like a really fine I cord that someone's already knitted the I cord up in really fine yarn. And oh my god, my brain just went, oh my god, Chantelle, you've got really fine cotton. You could be making your own chainette. I don't want to make my own chainette. Like, I've got one of those little tiny mills that just do the 4-stitch. I'm like, my brain just went, oh my God, we can make chain knit yarn. Oh no. Why did that jump in my head? I need that to go away. Please, chat, do something so that that thought can go out of my head, or I'm so legit going to be sitting down making myself thousands of meters of chain knit yarn in colours that I like, in machine knitting cottons that I have. Oh, tea over here. Oh my God. This is the worst. This is the worst. When you realise, oh, actually, I could make that. No, I don't want to make it. I don't want to make it. I just want someone that I can buy it from already made. Oh, man. I'm like, it would work up so nicely. Like, let me have a look here. I could make up a chain knit yarn using this. Like, how pretty would that be? How pretty would that be? I mean, it's like sewing thread. It's so fine. I've got tons of this sort of stuff. Oh no. That's such a good use of your time. Yeah. What is it? I don't know what this one is. I bought, when I was machine knitting, I used to buy kinds of stuff all the time. This one might be a polyester. It's acrylic. This one's, if the label, and that's a big if the label is correct, this is an acrylic. But it's still gorgeous, right? And with a chain knit, it still breathes. So you can make acrylic, you can make garments out of acrylic in a chain knit yarn, and it still breathes properly because of the chain knit construction. What? Oh, this is terrible. This is so bad. You guys are the worst. Like, and look at this. None of you are helping. There's no GIFs that have been dropped to distract me. Nothing. Goodness, you're all just like, yeah, you should do that and tell us how it went. Like, where's my little nifty knitter? It's around somewhere. Oh my God. I'm going to have to try it, you know. I'm going to have to see if it works. Like, I'm really hoping it doesn't work. I'm hoping that the nifty knitter that I've got, the needles are just too big for it. It just doesn't work. Oh, we are enabling you. Thank you. Thank you. Look, Holly is helping. You know, Holly's dropping GIFs. Francis says, sorry, Kelly says you have too much stash to use up, no more distractions. Yeah, no, don't do it. I know, right? See, oh, thank you, Holly. I will hydrate. I will. I've got water right here, and I will hydrate. Let's hope I don't wear it. Yesterday, I took a drink of my water bottle and went, I hadn't tightened the bottle enough. Oh, yeah. Nisbin Girl's like, yeah, we're just curious to see if it works. Not helping. Not helping. See, I agree with Kelly here. I agree with that statement. 100%. Definitely. I'm really happy with how Christmassy I made it in here. Just want to say, very happy with how Christmassy I made it in the studio this year. And I like the slow Christmas reveal as well. I enjoyed doing that because I had all the stuff there. I'm like, I'm just going to put this out for now. And then I'm going to put this out. And then I'll put this out. So I was really happy with that. I had a lot of fun. Guys, it has been such a fun year. I was going to say such a fun year. We're going to have another live stream the week after next. So we will have one before the end of the year. I'm having some thoughts about some of the things that we can discuss during that live stream as like an end of year roundup sort of thing. By then, I should have gifted all of my presents. So I should have photos of all of the extra blankets to show you all. So you can see the things that I've been creating and the other gifts that I've been creating that I haven't been able to share on stream. So I should be able to get all of those as well. Might be one that I won't be able to do. Yeah. I hope you've got everything out since there won't be one before Christmas. Yeah, so there's no more streams here before Christmas. There's one more stream on the Monday channel next week. But then there'll be yeah, no stream here next week. So if you're bored and you need something to do, there's always a replay. You can always watch a replay if that's what you want. I won't say no, just so that you know. Oh, Louis left me again. Good job, Lou. Good job, Lou. I even put lights on Louis' bed today. At first he was upset by the lights on the bed, and then he was just like, "Yeah, whatever. They're not in the way." And because I left a little gap because he wouldn't step over the light, so I sort of moved him around so there was a gap. Well, my friends on the internet, I hope that you have a fantastic Christmas. You get to do something that you love to do, whether it's sitting and chilling with Christmas music playing, crafting, whatever it is, spending time with your family, going and doing something if you're a doing person. I hope that you all have a really special Christmas. And I will see you here after Christmas the following week. And I hope that you know you all are safe and you have lots of good fun times. I'll see you next time. Bye now.